Hey guys, so today what we're going to do is take a look at, I'd sent off a few comics to CGC just back in August, and amazingly they're already back. There's one that is still pending with them. It was the Hulk 100 and I think it's 180 or 181. It's what I call the first appearance of Wolverine, because Wolverine's like on the last panel. He's gonna be he's gonna be Hulk's adversary for the next book. So, at the very end of the issue, Wolverine comes out of the forest, and that's basically the first time Wolverine was ever in a comic. I know for Wizard and official purposes, they say that the following issue where Hulk and Wolverine actually have their fight is the first appearance of Wolverine, because they count like cameo appearances separately, which is weird to me. They always say a first appearance is like the first issue where they're fully like fleshed out and the entire issue is about them. If they're in a background shot before or just one panel, it doesn't count for Wizard and official. So that one's still pending, but everything else got sent back, which is super quick. This is my first thing of books to CGC. I've sent 2 orders out to CBCS, and those, honestly, I feel bad. I know they're like the only real competitor right now to CGC, but their turnaround time, at least in my 2 orders, was like 4 to 6 months, which was like so long. The first time I sent it, I think they were in the middle of like moving from like Florida to Texas or vice versa, and it was just so long. It was like 6-month wait, and I'm checking the message boards like, why is everything taking so long? Because initially they said they have these quoted turnaround times as being like 4 to 6 weeks, and then it turns out being that much months. And then I sent out a grouping to them. I think I did a video. Yeah, the last graded video I did was CBCS, and that one took at least 4 or 5 months again, so I think they're just slow. The CGC, I sent out the 16th in the mail, and I have it on August 16th, and this is October 1st, and they arrived today, so like 6-week turnaround. That's 6 weeks instead of 6 months. For me, that's amazing. CGC costs a little bit more. I believe it's like, when you really look at it, it's like $2 a book extra. And I might just go with that, because $2 a book extra, doesn't seem like much if you get it back that much sooner. So first one here is Ultimate Fallout number 4. I had 2 of these. This one got a 7.5, which isn't great, but still, if you look up prices, 7.5 on Ultimate Fallout volume number 4, first printing is $230. I'd actually, this is the first appearance of Miles Morales, Ultimate Spider-Man, and the Spider-Man from Into the Spider-Verse. And I had sold this issue on eBay before grading it, about 5 or so months ago, maybe a little bit less. And the guy, when he got it, sorry, my cat has decided to join me up here. Hold on. Okay, well, the cat will be joining us on the table, hopefully not destroying everything. But So I'd sold this on eBay. When it arrived for the guy, he sent me an email and he was, complaining, saying, "Oh, it's got all this water damage. It's so messed up." And before putting it on eBay, I looked it over. I had 2 copies, so I picked the one that had the crisper corners to me, not being too much of a grading guy. And I knew, I was like, water damage, like, what are you talking about? Like, this thing was pretty much legit. So I was like, okay, well, I don't want to complain. I'm not going to, just stick you with this book that you paid. He bought this and, a few other things, and it was like $230. Maybe a little bit less. Probably like $210, honestly. But I was like, well, send it back, and once I have it in hand and it's mine, I know it's the issue I sent you. I'll send you a reimbursement, because I hadn't taken the funds out of my PayPal yet. And so, he sends it back, and if you hold it up to the light just right, on the front cover was the slightest indentation, like maybe somebody had read the comic after washing their hands and their hands weren't dry as the desert. But that was the only defect I could see. And honestly, now that it's been encapsulated, I don't even see that. So he sent me everything back. I gave him the refund. Like I said, I think it was about $210 that he paid for Ultimate Fallout 4, plus it was Ultimate Fallout 1 through 4. I sold it as a lot. So now it's back, and it's a 7.5, and it's worth $230. So the guy should have just kept it. I understand if you want the most pristine copy, but you're buying off eBay. I put pictures. I don't expect it to be a 9.9 unless the person's had it graded themselves. So that's just me. This next book is Usagi Yojimbo, #1 from Fantagraphics. This one got an 8.5. This is the first time Usagi Yojimbo had his own title. So, he'd been on other books before, but this was his first title on his own. Sorry, I had to tussle with the cat. So this is from 1986. Stan Sakai is still writing and drawing Usagi Yojimbo right now. And right now it's with IDW, which he just switched over to about a year ago, but that was the Usagi from Fantagraphics. This one is the Max #1. And this one got an 8.5 also. Like I said in the CBCS one, they say that the best things to send out for grading are your favorite books, both the ones that are important for appearances and pricing, and then also just your favorite books. And I've always loved the Max. I honestly had forgotten that I had issue #1 in my collection, so when I went through to kind of purge stuff, when I found Max #1, I set it aside because I knew I wanted to send it out. It doesn't grab a huge price tag, but for me, for collecting purposes, I just wanted to have that. And it looks great. When they put them in these slabs, they just look beautiful. So this was the copy. I'm trying to see if I can, what are the chances CGC switched the 9.6 and the 7.5, but I don't see any damage on this front cover. So this was my copy that I've kept of Ultimate Fallout #4. This one got a 9.6, so looking over them, I did pick the cleaner one to keep for myself. So I will most likely hang on to this one and put the 7.6 probably on eBay. I was gonna sell it anyways, but now that it has a CGC grade, it'll go for closer to what it should be, which is the 230. Nobody's gonna be guessing and paying me more or less than they should. This next one is Hellboy Seed of Destruction, number 1. This one got a 9.0. This is the first Hellboy in his own title. And I believe it's the first appearance of either this or the next one is the first appearance of Abe Sapien and what's Liz Sherman. So I picked these up when Hellboy was when the movie first came out, because I didn't know too much about Hellboy prior to that film, and it was just the first Hellboy movie to me is perfect. Number 2 I didn't like as much. I thought it was a little too bright, and I think Del Toro had a little bit more hand in that one. But that first movie was just perfect tonally. So I picked this up for not a bad price at all back then. And I'm still a huge Hellboy fan, so I figured I'd send that out. And then next one is Hellboy Seed of Destruction number 2. This one got a 9.2. And like I said, I can't remember which one of these is the first appearance of Liz and it doesn't say, of Liz Sherman and Abe Sapien, but I know it's one of these two. I'm surprised they didn't put it on the label. I'll have to check that out and see. I noticed the CGC labels, they have information, but it's not. I think CBCS puts a little bit more in the way of information on their labels. As far as like first appearances and stuff like that, like I had a Daredevil issue that was the first appearance of Bullseye, the Daredevil villain Bullseye. And even on there, they put first appearance of Bullseye, and then they put his character or his civilian name, because there had been a Bullseye before who was not, it's not Daredevil Bullseye. It was like I think it was like a hero in the 50s or 60s that was just around for a little bit, but they made sure to make that delineation there. And last one, this is Iron Man 128, the famous Demon in a Bottle cover, where he's just come back from being Iron Man, and he's got the sweats, and he's got his Canadian liquor here. This is just a classic cover. This one got an 8.0, which isn't bad, and I paid a little bit extra to have that Iron Man flying in on the label there. This one is one that I got from my uncle when he had given me his collection. So not in the best shape, but hey, it's from 1979. The pages are probably going to be off-white, right? On the back here it just says Alcohol storyline ends. So I think this was right before Rhodey kind of took the suit away from him, and Tony had to go into rehab. So just when you have a cover that's as famous as this one for Iron Man, you gotta send it in, right? So that's it for today, guys. hopefully I get that Hulk back soon. When I do, I'll make sure to show you. All it shows now is that they received it. They don't really give. Didn't look like the website gave status updates. I've tried not to check because I don't want to ruin it for myself and see the grade before I get the book physically in hand. So I wasn't checking the website until they sent me the email saying that it was on its way. And even then, I didn't really look at the website until today just to make sure that, all the payments had gone through and everything else. So, hopefully I'll get that Hulk one back soon. Hopefully it gets a high grade. I think I paid a little bit extra to have either Hulk or Wolverine on the label. It is a Hulk issue, but at the same time, it's the first appearance of Wolverine. I can't remember which one I went with, so that should be exciting when that shows up. And really quick, this is my Excitebike coaster that I've had my drink on. Just saw these on, I think I saw an ad for them on Facebook, and my wife got them for me as a Christmas present this past year, and I haven't had too many drinks on them. I know it's a coaster, but it's like, oh, that's so awesome, I don't want to ruin it. But I just had my drink on it, and it, condensation everywhere, and it seems to have held up just fine. So, cheers, guys. Hope to see you soon, okay? Bye.